Chest day. It is freaking chest. I just finished editing the other video, and we're gonna fucking talk about, I'll do the rest of like the diet yapathon that I started and then kind of cut out because my camera died, and we'll talk about that on the Car Talk on. But right now, plan, get a nasty ass chest pump. I am itching from the pre-workout, which has been slammed. And I don't know about you guys, I know some people can't stand the tingles from the beta aniline, but I don't freaking mind. I would even go as far to say as I enjoy the tingles, you know. Definitely when I first started, it was a bit of a trip. When you take your first scoop of pre and you get tingles in your fucking ass crack and everything. And then, yeah. But I don't know. I don't mind the tingles. Lets me know it's working. You know, lets me go extra hard. I don't mind. But plan for this lift, mainly chest, as per usual, 8 to 12 sets of chest in some array of pressing and flies, and then I'll probably throw some side delts at the end and maybe a little bit of triceps just to add some volume on that. But the focus of the lift is chest. So if I get to the end of chest and I'm cooked, if I have to miss side delts and triceps, it's not a must do, or they're not the focus of the lift. I'm probably going to hit them anyway, or actually I'm definitely going to hit them anyway, but they're not the focus of the lift is what I'm trying to get at. And then of course we're hitting calves, because if you want big calves, you better be training them. Just chuck them on the end of whatever freaking day you've got a bit of extra time. And you know, just pick whatever calf machine you want. I think the current optimal thing is to do a straight leg movement, so not like a seated. You know, I used to really freaking like doing, they used to at my gym have a hack squat, but it was like a lower back. The pad was on your lower back, so you're more kind of sitting on it. I don't know, it was a bit weird, but it was kind of perfect to do calf extensions on, or calf raise, or whatever. But they got rid of it, because literally, I'm pretty sure I was the only person who used it. And I didn't even use it for what it was intended for. So, they freaking got rid of it. Now I kind of just bounce between, like, seated calf raise, because even if it's not optimal, or whatever, you get a freaking sick calf pump. You get some freaking, like, my calves are sore as shit after using that. So normally I'll just do that, and then the next week maybe I'll do like the donkey calf or like a standing calf raise. The only issue is sometimes the standing calf raise, like the hammer strength one, since the pads are on your shoulder and you need like a lot of weight for your calves, you're kind of putting all that extra force through your shoulder, and sometimes it feels a bit weird. So, you know, obviously if I don't want to sacrifice my shoulders, which is going to impact my chest, pretty much all my lifts, for calves, which is why the seated one, you know, just mix it up is all I'm freaking saying. But yeah, we're going to hit some heavy ass weight. It is reasonably late, so hopefully the gym will be a bit more empty. It's always nice to have a friggin' gym to yourself, but we might not get that tonight because it's only, oh shit, that was a bit yellow. Anyway, let's just get in the friggin' gym. Now, I didn't freaking film the warm-up, but probably about 10-ish minutes just doing the cables, like warming up the rotator cuff, triceps, bit of chest, and then obviously a few feeler reps up to what we're going to frickin' press. I think, at least for chest, is probably my most extensive warm-up, because I'd say it's the most likely lift where you're gonna kind of cook something. Because if you push it really hard and then you have a bad rep, bad form, cook your rotator cuff, not fun. But anyway, we'll probably do 2 here, 2 or 3, see how it goes. Let's just freaking lift the weight. Now, that last set was not the most freaking ideal, so gonna drop the weight a bit. I'd like to normally stick closer to 10. For that one, I think I only got about 6, so felt fine warming up, but we'll drop a little bit. Alright, we're probably going to do 2 more heavy ones here, and then we'll do something, a little bit of something. Now with this one, if you go all the way up, it's like 100% front delt. So I'm not trying to hit my front delts and triceps, I'm trying to hit chest. So we'll probably only do about half, like the ROM, like up to about there. Blast the chest. If you go any further, it's like entirely front delt. At least for me. But let's get real. Yeah, I can do 1 more, and we'll do a drop set. Now, why am I doing this specific press? Is because this one converges at the top. So unlike the last freaking 5 sets we've done, this one will probably be a little more controlled and really squeeze at the top, at least for this machine. Probably about 2 sets. Any more than that and I'll probably be cooked. Yeah, that's enough of that. Let's leave the pump couple. Alright, we're probably gonna do 3 here, something like that. Now this flyer, you can kind of afford to go a bit heavier, but then we'll do a cable fly and kind of do more like really light burnout work. But here, you know, we'll shoot for more than 10 as I think is probably the best rep range. Like if you get like 8, that's like fine. But I think when you're getting under that, like on accident's okay if you overshoot the weight a bit. But if you're getting consistently under that, I feel like that's where you're more likely to injure. And it's just harder to take to failure, right? Like doing 5 reps to failure means each rep is like much more effort than say doing 10 reps to failure, where each relative rep is a lot less relative effort. So if you get 9 reps, 1 rep shy of failure, versus 4 reps with 1 rep shy of failure, you're leaving a lot more in the tank doing 4 reps. Because that 1 rep is worth a lot more damage or like tension or whatever you want to call it. But anyway, let's just go freaking nuts. Now, this one, we only got 2 left. This one's more focusing on like the squeeze, so it's gonna be lighter, probably a bit higher rep, and just really try and burn the shit out of my chest before we do triceps and shoulders. Oh, chest is done. Now, what I would call the main target group has been destroyed. We can focus on the extras, which in this case is triceps, which are already partially being hit by all the pressing, and side delts, because rear delts hit with back, I hit them yesterday. Front delts, you kind of don't really need to do any front delt work, I'm going to be so honest. If you do pressing, it's probably enough. But anyway, I won't show all of these sets, I'll probably do like a mashup. But let's just go nuts. I'll do something cool with the tricep set. This one I'm just gonna film one. I'll probably do like 4 sets. I'll only film the first one. Too bad. Ooh, let's check this fucking pump. We are growing some freaking breasticles. Oh, getting some good mass there. I'm gonna do some calves, probably like anywhere between like 5 and 7 sets, and I will see you in the car. Right, let's get the fuck out of here. Chest, triceps, calves, and side delts pumped. You know, it's a good chest pump when you can hardly reach around to put the seat belt on. Freaking crazy, man. So we just did like, what did I not show? We did like 4 sets of lateral raises, sorry, 3 sets of lateral raises, and I went back and did 5 sets of calves on the seated machine. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, what was I gonna talk about? Oh, yeah, dieting. All right, so the general principle in losing weight is that you've got to eat less than you burn. And it's pretty simple. Imagine I've got my calories in is obviously just going to be the food and drink you consume. That's the energy going in to the system that is your body, right? The energy out, a big chunk of that is going to be just existing, right? Your heart pumping, breathing, blood flowing across your body, keeping warm, all that stuff, right? Next, just random walking around, you know, picking something up, going to get a coffee, whatever. It's burning a bit more. And then on top of that, your dedicated cardio. So you're going to burn a little bit more. Now, if the energy you're putting in is less than that energy that your body is burning, where is it going to get that gap, right? Where's that chunk of energy going to come from? Because you're doing the work, the output's getting done, but you're not putting in enough energy to fuel that output. And the answer is your body's going to go to its internal storage, which is fat, because fat is how your body stores energy. So if you eat in a deficit, all that means is that you're putting in less energy than you're burning, so your body is forced to burn that fat, so it has enough energy to make up the output that you're doing. Now, obviously that's the simple part, right? The harder part is actually restricting to that point. And you can definitely take it if it fits your macros approach. Like, for example, that is going to hold true over anything. If I eat, right now I'm eating 2,200 calories on this diet. If I eat that entirely of like Reese's peanut butter cups or like donuts, that I will still lose weight. If I eat, how many calories in a Krispy Kreme? Like 300, 400? Whatever. If I eat 2,200 calories of Krispy Kreme donuts, I'm going to lose weight. Now, in that scenario, my hormones would suck because I'm not getting any of my macros. I'm not hitting my protein, but my body is burning more energy than I'm putting in, so I'm going to lose weight. Now, I would feel terrible on that diet, and that would be extremely hard to stick to. Why? Because think about how easy it is to eat a Krispy Kreme donut or a Reese's peanut butter cup or like any kind of candy. Think about how much you can kind of throw that back, and it doesn't really keep you full. So that comes to the first dieting tip. Everything you consume should be somewhat satisfying or making you feel full. And that's what I like to call the volume to calorie ratio. You want to have the highest volume or satiety to the lowest calorie ratio. And the easiest way to do that is bulk up every meal with vegetables and like have some fruit. And I know it sounds obvious, but a lot of you guys in the lifting space don't eat your vegetables. And you can kind of get away with that a bit, for sure. I mean, if you take a multivitamin, you're kind of getting the macros.
Speed and red light camera ahead.
But it really, really helps when you're dieting, because it really helps make the volume of a meal much higher with adding like a very small amount of calories. Like an entire cucumber is like 60 calories. Oh, sorry, no, not even that. Like 30 calories for an entire cucumber. Cabbage, extremely low calories. Spinach, chucking that into a bowl with whatever protein of your choice and whatever carb really increases the volume of the food, right? So the conscious choice is attempting to pick foods that are going to fill you up more for their amount of calories, right? And obviously the easy way for that, or the extension of that, is you want to pick lower fat foods. You've got your 80% mince, 80-20% mince, and you've got your 96% mince or like a kangaroo mince. That's so much leaner and so many less calories for kind of the same amount of feeling full, the same amount of protein with like half the calories. You know, chicken breast over chicken thigh because it's lower in fat, right? These things are just little things you kind of pick up as you go. And obviously, if you're dieting, I better never see you with a full sugar fucking soda, right? A can of full sugar Coke, 250 calories. A can of no sugar Coke, like 2, right? And you'll hear people yap on about artificial sweeteners. Don't concern yourself. Like, there's been days where I need to stick to a diet. The better choice is always going to be to drink the low sugar soda. There is no credible source that is going to tell you that artificial sweeteners are bad. And on that note, you want to have things that are easy, like little tricks, right? You want to have that powdered peanut butter. Pro tip, mix a powdered peanut butter with like a 0 sugar maple syrup or a 0 sugar chocolate syrup, and and then put that on like some low carb bread. You've basically got like a PB, and it's kind of like the consistency of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or peanut butter and jam, whatever. Like, it's good. It's good. And especially when you're dieting, everything tastes better. So you want to have these kind of things around your house and in your fridge. So when you go, oh, I'm going to break my diet, instead of going and binging on cookies, maybe you can have one of those peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Maybe that makes you feel a bit better. And the other, obviously I've got a bunch more diet tips, but we low-key got to get freaking moving. Probably the one thing I would say, you're going to cheat. It's a diet where none of us are perfect. You're going to cheat, but it's your average weight. It's the average. You're going to have days. What I'd recommend is you weigh yourself every day and then take the average week to week. And week to week is going to show you if you're losing or gaining weight or staying the same. Because day to day, there's going to be fluctuations in water. Maybe you haven't taken a dump yet. There's going to be so much variability, but you should be able to see. And I've got like an Excel spreadsheet for the last year of my weight, and I can put in a graph and I can see going down, going down, going down. Now, if you have a cheat, it's not the end of the world, right? What will set you back significantly is if you have a cheat and then you let it keep going. It's very easy when you're dieting to let the dam to break, right? You have one little thing and then you're like, well, diet's whatever. But I think a good approach is if you need to get it out, if you need to have a cheat, make yourself like a 200 calorie peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or 2 peanut butter jelly sandwiches on low carb bread with the peanut butter powder that I suggested and the low calorie syrup. Have that. Go over your calories for one day. Put yourself in maintenance for that one day, right? Or even if you go a bit over that, it's not going to make a significant difference because it's only one day and you're not going over by a lot. But if you let yourself get to that point where you're going, well, I cheated once, so I may as well just keep going, then you're way more likely to completely blow it out, eat like 5,000 calories, which, come on, we've all done, and then cook your deficit for the last like 3 weeks. So anyway, I'll give more diet tips in the future, but tomorrow is legs. Get hyped.